I've had 4 kids. I have a bowed left leg. My daughter has a bowed left leg. JC was pigeon-toed from birth. So JC lived being severely pigeon-toed all his life.
And you believe this baby does not have that characteristic, which furthers your doubt?
To my understanding.
Ms. Crow is here to prove Ms. Reinhardt's deceased son, JC, is her baby's father. But Grandma Reinhardt says she's a liar who's just after his death benefits.
Ms. Crow, you have summoned the defendant to court to prove that her deceased son, JC Turner, fathered your 2-year-old son, Thomas. You state that Ms. Crow is a liar and a manipulator, and that the child in question is not your deceased son's baby. And now it's trying to claim him as her son's father only to get death benefits. Is that correct?
But Ms. Crow fires back that her son Thomas deserves to know his family, especially since he can never, ever meet his father.
It is more than just the money. I would like help with my son, yes, of course, but my son cannot grow up and meet his father. So he deserves that right to know who his father is and to know who his family is.
Grandma's first proof it's not her grandkid. When she met Ms. Crow, the woman claimed to be 2 weeks pregnant, but already had a stomach firm as she did.
In the time period, the time frame she said she was, when she told me she was pregnant, it didn't happen that way. There's no way she could have been just 2 weeks pregnant and had a stomach firm as she did.
But wait, Grandma Reinhardt reveals her son was schizophrenic with the mental capacity of a 16-year-old, implying Ms. Crow completely took advantage of him.
He'd have believed you if you told him the sky was purple.
Well, that's your own opinion. That's your own
the
opinion.
mental capacity of a 16-year-old.
And this how, and you know what? He had feelings.
He was schizophrenic.
He had feelings.
He was schizophrenic and he had stress seizures.
Grandma's other bizarre theory, all 8 of her other grandkids look just like her, like a bunch of quadruplets, but little Thomas breaks the family mold.
I've had 8 grandkids, and all 8 of my grandkids favor me. I've got a baby picture. If I take that baby picture, I could put it up against my daughter. I could even put it up against my 18-year-old granddaughter. I could put it up against Jay's brother. I could put it up against Jay's baby picture, okay?
The final nail in her genetic coffin, her son was severely pigeon-toed, but baby Thomas has perfectly straight feet. This is her undeniable proof.
I've had 4 kids. I have a bowed left leg. My daughter has a bowed left leg. JC was pigeon-toed from birth. So JC lived being severely pigeon-toed all his life.
And you believe this baby does not have that characteristic, which furthers your doubt?
To my understanding.
Tragically, Ms. Crow found out about her son's father's death on Facebook after seeing a Rest in Peace Jay post from a mutual friend.
I'm telling you, I was living in Vegas. When we and him were together, we lived in Henderson together. He was in Henderson, I was in Vegas. I didn't have a phone number. He didn't have no way to contact me. I didn't even know he was here until I'm scrolling down my newsfeed on Facebook and I see a mutual friend of ours post Rest in Peace Jay with his picture. I contacted this person like, what's going on?
The drama continues after his death. Grandma Reinhardt accuses Ms. Crow of going behind my back to the coroner's office to try and get a secret DNA sample from his body.
And she called
to the coroner's office. They said they haven't even talked to her.
Behind my back to get a sample of his DNA, Your Honor.
Oh no, ma'am.
She didn't even have the decency to bring it to me.
I called her and asked her. She denied it. That's why we're here today.
No, ma'am.
After all this time, Grandma Reinhardt has never even met her potential grandson Thomas. Will her gut feeling about him be enough to deny him his family?
Have you ever seen Thomas?
No, I didn't even know when the baby was born because I wasn't contacted.
Jay knew.
The courtroom waits for the final verdict. Is this the heartwarming family connection Ms. Crow has been praying for, or is her son's father still a mystery?
The percentage of relatedness between Ms. Reinhardt and Thomas Crow is 99.6% you are related. Mr. Baker, you say that it's medically impossible for you to have fathered this child.
Yes, Your Honor. Back in 1991, when my ex was pregnant with our 4th child, while she was pregnant, I had a vasectomy.
This marriage is hanging by a thread. Mr. Baker swears if the DNA proves he's not baby Caleb's dad, he's leaving his wife and family for good.
Mr. Baker, you say it's medically impossible for you to have a child, and therefore Caleb cannot be yours. You say if the DNA results prove you are not the father, you will leave your wife and family.
Yes, Your Honor.
Her shocking confession is a game changer. At the time she got pregnant, she was drinking so heavily she would completely black out and doesn't remember if she was with another man.
At the time I got pregnant, I was drinking quite a bit. I was drinking pretty much every day, and I was blacking out at night, and I wouldn't remember periods of time I wouldn't remember.
Whether you were intimate with another man or not.
Yes, Your Honor.
Their own relationship started with a scandalous affair while they were both married to other people. He says if she cheated before, she'll definitely cheat again.
Well, Your Honor, to be completely honest, when Felice and I had gotten together, the way that we got together was had done some work in her home, and that's the way that we met. I was married, she was married. You have two people who are in a monogamous relationship come together the way that we did. How do I know she wouldn't do this to me? We did it to each other.
But this isn't her first time being caught in a lie. It's revealed she was once on the Oprah Winfrey Show for lying to her last husband about being in massive debt.
Went on in her marriage before she was with me. There were spending issues that were taking place in the marriage that he didn't know about.
Had instances in your previous marriage?
Yes, I do.
Well, I know that she had went on a very public show.
Which show did you go on?
The Oprah Winfrey Show.
Okay.
The ultimate medical bombshell is dropped. Mr. Baker is convinced he's not the dad because he had a full vasectomy 23 years ago.
Mr. Baker, you say that it's medically impossible for you to have fathered this child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Explain.
Back in 1991, when my ex was pregnant with our fourth child, while she was pregnant, I had a vasectomy.
When her home pregnancy test came back positive, they didn't think baby. They thought cancer. A false positive can be a sign of ovarian cancer, so they rushed to the ER.
I went on the internet. I Googled what can cause a false positive, that a false positive will show up on a pregnancy test. Obviously, number one is pregnancy. Number two is ovarian cancer. Number three, uterus cancer. Number four is any cancerous tumors in the uterus. I know she's not pregnant because I had a vasectomy.
A medical expert is brought into the courtroom. She explains that in 1 in 4,000 cases, the vasectomy tube can miraculously grow back together over time.
To make sure that the vasectomy doesn't fail. It's very rare, but in about 4,000 cases, the vas deferens, which is the tube that carries the sperm, that's what we cut during the procedure. And very rarely that tube can grow back over time.
But wait, Mr. Baker sheepishly admits he missed his 1-year follow-up appointment, the very appointment that would have checked if his vasectomy had failed and the tube reconnected.
And at that time, were you told that the vasectomy, the procedure had gone well?
I was good to go. I was cleared.
Well, then to follow up again at a year to make sure that the vasectomy did not fail.
Did you follow up at a year? Mr. Baker?
No, Your Honor.
The doctor confirms it's not impossible, but says there's only a 1.5% chance he could father a child. Is this baby a true medical miracle?
So when we look at this, it does not make it impossible for him to father a child. He should have about a 1.5% chance of fathering a child.
Very, very slim.
Yes.
But possible.
Possible. It only takes one sperm.
The courtroom is on pins and needles. Is Mr. Baker the father despite his 23-year-old vasectomy, or will his deepest, darkest fears be confirmed?
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Baker, you are the father.
A test done because of what the other young man said, and
What did the other young man say?
he told Keyshawn that when he wasn't around, he was supposedly sleeping with Denaya.
Ms. Hooker is here to prove her deceased ex, Keyshawn, is her baby's dad, but his mother, Ms. Baker, is here to fulfill her son's dying wish. Get a DNA test to prove he's not.
Mr. Abraham fathered your 10-month-old daughter, Kanaya. You say that Ms. Baker and her family's public denial of this child has caused pain, and you are here for an apology and to prove her son is the father.
The family's doubts are fueled by vicious rumors, and the fact that Keyshawn's sister cruelly said baby Kanaya was too fat to be his baby.
It's not Miss Baker who denies Kenaya, it's her family who makes my daughter feel some type of way. It's not Miss Baker. She was too fat to be his baby. She fat like them, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff. Never from Miss Baker, it's always her family.
But Grandma Baker says her late son told her directly that he wasn't the only boy that had messed with Ms. Hooker. Did she have a secret lover on the side?
But then when we finally found out for sure, he told me, he said he wasn't the only boy that had messed with Denaya.
Okay.
Keyshawn allegedly heard from another man that he was also sleeping with Ms. Hooker behind his back. Was she really juggling 2 men at once?
A test done because of what the other young man said, and
What did the other young man say?
he told Keyshawn that when he wasn't around, he was supposedly sleeping with Denida.
But Ms. Hooker swears she was faithful to Keyshawn and claims he only ever denied the baby when they were arguing. Is she telling the truth, or is this another lie?
Was there another guy?
That's why it's funny, because how can somebody tell me who I was sleeping with? Nobody in the room was in the room with me when I was sleeping with somebody. What do I have to lie for?
Keyshawn told us that he wanted the blood test. The only way, Keyshawn only denied the baby when him and my daughter was arguing.
The family feud gets ugly. Keyshawn's sister says she can't even look at the baby because it's just a painful reminder that my brother's not here.
And my mom did tell me, she said something about she think I didn't like her, things like that. Maybe her perception of what other people view of her is just her perception, because she has to understand that sometimes it's hard for people to look, for me personally, to look at baby because it's just a reminder that my brother's not here.
The ultimate disrespect. Baby Kanaya's name was completely left out of her alleged father's obituary after he was tragically murdered.
Judge, my daughter really feels some type of way. It's not that she feels some type of way, it's like she more hurt behind the obituary. And Miss Carolyn has explained to her about the obituary, how the obituary went, but in her heart, she feel like Miss Bland left her out of the obituary on purpose. And that's why she has so much animosity towards Toy.
I just feel like this.
Keyshawn's sister makes a stunning confession. She was the one who intentionally left the baby out of the obituary just in case he wasn't her brother's child.
Did you intentionally leave Kenaya out of that obituary because you knew there was a question surrounding the paternity?
Yes, I did. My mama has a relationship with them. I don't. It may or may not be his. I did not put the baby name in there just in case it isn't. That my mom has to read that obituary. She lost a child. Nobody else lost one.
She then makes a solemn promise. If the baby is his, she will personally go back to the funeral home and have the obituaries reprinted with Kanaya's name included.
Since she got left out the obituary, I have already told them, if it comes back saying Kenaya belongs to Keyshawn, I'm going directly back to the funeral home and get a set of obituaries made, so when this baby grow up and she read her dad's obituary, there's her name.
The courtroom is silent. Will this baby be welcomed into a grieving family, or will she be rejected and left fatherless forever?
The percentage of relatedness between Ms. Baker, Mr. Abraham, and Kenaya Abraham is 0%.
And this is why right here.
I didn't believe it. I figured it probably was a mistake, mainly because the fact that she knew quite a few people. She had a lot of male friends and been married 4 times. First marriage was 12 years and I didn't have any children. Second marriage was 2 years, still no children. 6-month marriage after that and still no children. Then
for 20 agonizing years, Ms. Manship has searched for her dad with only a single name, and one photograph after the man who raised her was proven not to be her father.
Ms. Manship, at the age of 10, you were shocked and devastated to learn that your dad was not your biological father. That began your 20-year search to find the man your mother claims is your father.
She sat me down and she had one picture. This is the one picture that she gave me that I've had for the past 20 years.
In a paternity court first, the show has located the mystery man, Mr. Laup. He's about to meet the 30-year-old daughter he never ever knew existed.
Well, Ms. Manship, this court has located him, and he will join us in a moment. This will be the first time meeting him and your mother's first time seeing him since they broke up more than 30 years ago.
Ms. Manship tearfully tells him how she spent decades desperately searching for him in old phone books, online chat rooms, and even the bar where her mom first met him.
I would stop a police officer and I'd say, how do you go about searching for somebody that you know nothing about, that all you have is a name and a picture? Do people searches online? Back whenever they had like the Yahoo chat rooms, I would go to the state that she told me he was from, which was Little Rock, Arkansas, and say, does anybody know this man? I believe he is my father and I've been searching for him.
Their wild backstory is one for the ages. Her mom picked him up, hitchhiking. They shacked up, but then her jealous ex-boyfriend burned all of his clothes in the fireplace.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she had picked me up hitchhiking across town, and we were both cutting up. Shortly after that, maybe after a couple of months, we had rented an apartment. An ex-boyfriend that wasn't happy about the situation. She had told me she had 3 kids and that she was about 12 years older than I was. All my clothes up in the fireplace. And
Really?
Mr. Laup, not to be outdone, immediately immediately retaliated against the jealous ex by completely tearing up his motorcycle. This love triangle was literally explosive.
For what reason, I don't know why his motorcycle was outside. I kind of tore it up a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
How did their fiery romance end? Mr. Laup came home to their apartment and found her and her ex crashed out in the bedroom asleep, so he left and never looked back.
I believe, Your Honor, we had to get together at the apartment, and I believe I walked in the bedroom and both of them were crashed out in the bedroom. And I guess that's probably what threw the towel in for me. But I thought that I was in town for at least about 6 months after that. All right, they were both asleep in the bed. I don't know what.
Okay, but they were asleep in the bed, and then that's what made you decide to cut it off.
Mr. Laup's ultimate, unshakable reason for doubt: he's been married 4 times over 24 years and has never fathered any children. He was totally convinced he was shooting blanks.
I didn't believe it. I figured it probably was a mistake, mainly because the fact that she knew quite a few people. I mean, she had a lot of male friends and been married 4 times. First marriage was 12 years and I didn't have any children. Second marriage was 2 years, still no children. 6-month marriage after that and still no children. Then,
in a gut-wrenching reveal, Ms. Manship confesses through tears that she named her own son Dallas Trent in honor of Mr. Trent Laup, the father she had never met.
I've believed that he's been my father so long that I actually named my youngest son after him.
You did?
I did.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I named him Dallas Trent because I didn't want to miss the opportunity if he was.
Even more heartbreaking, Ms. Manship admits she has never gotten married because she has been saving that one special father-daughter moment of her real dad walking her down the aisle.
I haven't been married. In hopes that maybe one day I did find him, I'd have that one moment left with him. That's the only moment I have left as a father and daughter type thing, so.
The courtroom is emotional. Is Ms. Manship finally going to get her father-daughter wedding dance? Or is the man who thought he was sterile right all along?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Laup, you are the father.
Implanted.
The drama kicks off with a massive bombshell. Mr. Lang's mother claims Ms. Brown slept with her son's best friend from the sandbox. Spoke posting, "That's my baby, and that's all me," but now he's in court admitting he had doubts the whole entire time.
These are posts. Oh, it says, "Say we don't look alike, laugh out loud, boy, that's all me."
Right. For the Facebook people, just something they do.
It was people that said we didn't look alike.
So you were addressing claims made by people that the baby didn't look like you.
Yes.
And then on another post you say, "Yeah, that's my baby." So you're saying, no, this baby does look like me.
Yes.
The grandmas.
I was there for a friend.
You weren't even at the hospital.
Oh, as a friend?
No, yes, I was, and your mother had some other guy that she was dating at that time, but he was there, and you said, "Oh, I got me a new daughter. I got me a new daughter."
I don't remember.
Well, of course you did.
No,
you
wait,
was a baby.
It's a sister versus sister showdown. 2 women are in court to prove the same man, Mr. Sandifer, is their dad, but each one believes the other is a liar.
Ms. Boyer and Ms. Fields, you've both brought the defendant, Mr. Sandifer, to court today to prove that he is your biological father, but you each believe you are his only daughter and the other is not. Am I correct?
His absolutely bizarre defense? He doesn't believe either is his daughter, but weirdly hopes one is, and one is not.
Mr. Sandifer, you state you do not believe that either is your daughter, but actually hope that one is and one is not.
Yes, Your Honor.
The drama exploded over a Facebook message. After his alleged daughter, Miss Fields, asked him for money, he coldly replied, "Maybe I need to find my real dad."
So, Ms. Fields, start from the beginning.
About 2 years ago, I sent him a message on Facebook asking him if I could borrow some money. He responded with, "Maybe I need to find my real dad." He wasn't even my father.
He claims he was at the hospital when Ms. Fields was born, but another man was there, proudly shouting, "Oh, I got me a new daughter."
I was there for a friend.
You weren't even at the hospital.
Oh, as a friend?
Oh, yes, I was, and your mother had some other guy that she was dating at that time, was there, and you said, "Oh, I got me a new daughter. I got me a new daughter."
I don't remember.
Well, of course you did.
No,
you
wait.
was a baby.
His excuse for not knowing who the father is? He's a total womanizer. He shamelessly admits if he's at a bar, he's sleeping with everybody in the bar if he gets the chance.
No, if I was the father, because she slept with so many different men.
So she slept with different men. You were the one that stayed in the bar looking for women.
So what? And your mother was one of them.
She worked at a bar. She had 2 jobs with me and
she
my
hung out
sister.
there afterward, too.
Okay, because she hung out, does that mean she's sleeping with other people?
Now for potential sister number 2, Ms. Boyer. Mr. Sandifer drops a bombshell and presents her birth certificate and a a completely different man's name is listed as the father.
I'm here today to prove that Mr. Sandifer is my father.
I have proof otherwise, Your Honor.
You have proof that she is not your daughter.
My name's not on the birth.
I'd like to see that. Jerome, please hand me that evidence.
But Your Honor, he was in a relationship with my mother when I was born, and he lived with us till I was 5 years old.
But wait, Mr. Sandifer actually raised Ms. Boyer for 8 years and even fought for and won full custody of her after her mother neglected her.
You were there when Tuesday was born,
Yes,
Ms.
Your
Boyer?
Honor.
Were you there again as a friend, or were you
No,
there
I was
because
there
you
as
thought you were the father?
I raised her for 8 years. We don't know where she's at. Bring me some money or some food. I called my lawyer, Your Honor. She says, next visitation, don't worry about that, I'll get you out.
A tearful Ms. Boyer asks, if you're not my dad, why did you fight for me? He emotionally replies, because I love you and I manned up.
If you're not my dad, why did you fight for me?
Because I love you and I manned up. Why did you leave me when I already had custody and go back to your mother?
After all the jaw-dropping family drama and shocking abandonment, the first of 2 crucial DNA results is here for Ms. Boyer, the daughter he actually raised.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Sandifer, you are not her father.
Now for Ms. Fields, the daughter he has always denied. Is there a shocking twist coming, or will this womanizer be proven zero for 2 today in court?
In the case of Fields Boyer v. Sandifer, the court has determined, Mr. Sandifer, you are not her father.
I believed I was the only biological father until about 5 or 6 months or so, give or take, after she was born. We were talking to the family court commissioner about custody, things that go along with that, like where she'd be going to school, her doctor, and all that. Ms. Miller brings it up, I could possibly not be the father because of another man that was involved, and she gave some date, I can't remember the specifics.
Here's a crazy twist. Ms. Miller is trying to prove this super involved dad isn't the father and wants him totally out of the picture.
Ms. Miller, you're here to prove to your ex-boyfriend Scotty Rasmussen that he is not the father of your 3-year-old daughter Zaylee Rasmussen. You claim you've been in an ongoing court battle over custody and have petitioned the court several times for a DNA test, all of which have been denied.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why is she doing this? He says she hates me, admitting he totally cheated on her right when they were about to break up.
You're not Zaylee's father.
Your Honor, I believe it's just out of pure hatred.
You say she hates you. Why does she hate you?
She hates me because at the end of the relationship, when things got rocky, I'll admit it, I did go to another woman.
But she says it's not about the cheating. She thinks he only wants to see his daughter so he can get a better deal on his taxes.
He says this is about visitation, too. He loves his daughter, but you don't want him to have the visitation. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why is that?
Because I believe that the only reason why he wants the visitation is to claim her on his taxes.
Her big proof he's not the dad? He was in Las Vegas when the baby was made, and she was busy with another guy.
Because I still believe that he's not hers.
That's what we're here for. You don't believe he's her biological father?
Yes, Your Honor. She was conceived in March 2011. He wasn't even in the same state. He was in Vegas. At that time, in March, I wasn't even with him. I was with somebody else.
But he says he had no idea about the other guy until 5 months after the baby was born, when she dropped the big news in court.
I believe I was the only biological father until about 5 or 6 months or so, give or take, after she was born. We were talking to the family court commissioner about custody, things that go along with that, like where she'd be going to school, her doctor, and all that. Ms. Miller brings it up, I could possibly not be the father because of another man that was involved, and she gave some date, I can't remember the specifics.
His birth story is insane. He drove 45 miles through a foot of snow, beat her to the hospital, and told his boss, fire me to be there.
I was at my job as a cashier. I got a phone call and I answered it. They said she was going into labor. My immediate supervisor said, hey, I gotta go, my girlfriend's in labor. And I drove about 45 miles through a winded, wooded road in Wisconsin in December, mind you, so it was about a foot of snow on the ground. I beat her to the hospital. I called my boss at work and said, hey, I gotta take some days off. I don't care, fire me or whatever, but I gotta stay here. My daughter's being born.
She says his awesome story is a total lie and that he just played on his computer in the corner, not even looking excited.
That's a lie. After she was born...
That was an amazing story. You say that was a lie?
Yes, it is. 20 minutes after that, while I was in labor, he was sitting on one of those hospital cot beds on his computer in the corner, not paying attention to me, in his own little bubble, I really didn't see much excitement.
You didn't?
No.
So why'd she let him sign the birth paper? They were engaged. But then his own friend told on him for cheating with a bunch of other girls.
You let him sign the birth certificate?
I gave my daughter my last name.
Because we were engaged, and I thought we were going to get married. I thought we were going to have a happy life and raise our daughter together until about 3 months after she was born, one of his friends told me everything that he was doing throughout our entire relationship, cheating on me.
And the other possible dad? Ms. Miller says he's a total ghost who changed his number, moved away, and just vanished.
Where's this other possible father?
I'm not even quite sure. After we broke up, he changed his number, he moved, he pretty much disappeared. I have tried to find him, I have tried to get a hold of him, and I can't find him.
It's totally quiet as the judge reads the results for Zaley. Is this guy's amazing dad story about to have a super sad ending?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Rasmussen, you are not the father. Miss Miller?
My son obviously has African American features. However, he doesn't look like me or Mr. Barlow. He doesn't look like me or Mr. Barlow. So now that leads me to believe the only way that this baby is not this man's child is if he's not mine. I believe something happened at the hospital, and it would devastate me, Your Honor. I have a strong connection with my son.
This dad of 8 look-alike kids is sure baby Jabril isn't his because he thinks his ex was messing with their landlord.
Mr. Barlow, you say your 8 kids look exactly like you, but the defendant's son, Jabril, looks nothing like you. And that's because you're not his father, and you know who is.
The landlord was way too nice, fixing beds at 10 p.m., maybe buying furniture and giving her a huge discount on rent. Was he just a nice guy, or was something else going on?
I'm calling at 10 p.m. and he there.
You call at 10 and he's there.
Yeah,
the landlord's at the house at 10 p.m.
Yeah,
and you know why, Your
beds and
Honor?
stuff.
You know why,
I'm
Your
like,
Honor?
how he
because he doesn't have tractors. He does things
So what his
in a
so-called girlfriend
three-story
thinking about
building
this?
himself. He doesn't have a hired contractor. He's doing everything himself. So if he has to come at 10 o'clock at night to fix some water that's leaking from my roof.
He says he called her over 80 times and she would always hang up the phone saying the landlord was over. What were they really doing?
He's over there doing a lot of manly duties.
Yeah, but how about this? I'm away and over 80 times, no exaggeration, over 80 times I call and I'm like, yo, what's up, babe? Hey, I can't talk right now. Click. And so I call right back.
You know what?
Hey, yo, you know what? We can't talk right now. Click. Hey, yo, I got the landlord here. Click.
He first met the landlord when the guy was buying ice cream for his girlfriend and kids. Another time, he saw them all playing football together.
I came home one time. I just popped up, right? I pop up one time. They crossing the street. I think the dude is stranger because I ain't never met him yet. And so they walking across the street and I'm like, yo, I approached all of them. Hey, what y'all doing with this stranger? What you doing with my children? They like, he ain't a stranger. He the landlord. You know, they got ice cream and sodas. He coming in, you know what I'm saying?
The biggest shock ever. Ms. Winslow cries and says the only way the baby isn't his is if he was switched at birth at the hospital.
My son obviously has African American features. However, he doesn't look like me or Mr. Barlow. He doesn't look like me or Mr. Barlow. So now that leads me to believe the only way that this baby is not this man's child is if he's not mine. I believe something happened at the hospital, and it would devastate me, Your Honor. I have a strong connection with my son.
After some crazy internet research, she's now totally scared that she might not even be Jabril's real mom because of a hospital mix-up.
I did a research online. The research is right here. 8,000 babies have been switched at the hospital and find out later on that their parents aren't their biological children.
You pulled up research, and this is research that talks about the fact that there are about 28,000 babies that get switched at birth in the hospital.
In the hospital.
The mom test is in. Judge Lake proves Ms. Winslow is the real mom, so her whole switched at birth idea was completely wrong.
You've claimed this child could have been switched at birth.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that I could confirm whether or not you are in fact Jabril's mother. These results state that the probability of maternity is 99.9999%.
Since that was wrong, the heat is back on the landlord, who is from Colombia. Barlow even ridiculously claims the baby can speak Spanish.
I have cried to my mother about this.
As soon as my son was born,
why
the
would I
landlord
make
came
up
to the house
something
to
like
see
that?
the baby.
So what does the landlord look like?
Yeah, Under the landlord is Colombian.
And when you go places, people say the baby looks Hispanic, and Mr. Barlow is convinced that it's the landlord's baby because he's Colombian. calls you his daddy.
Yeah, he say dada. And he could say that papa, he say padre.
But she fires back that he's the real cheater, having had both twins and triplets with other women while they were together.
And I have never cheated on this man. I've been with this man for 11 years, off and on. Throughout the whole time I've been with him, he have not only had twins on me, but triplets as well.
He admits he still signed the birth certificate because he didn't want to miss out on the baby's life. Is he going to be sorry he did that?
The birth certificate, Your Honor, that Mr. Barlow so gracefully signed.
Yes,
listed as the father on the birth certificate.
Yes, it is.
So
I was there during the delivery. I was there to sign the birth certificate because there's no way for me to say, this is not my child. I got 9 children. And out of those other 8 children, there's been spots in their life that I missed.
Judge Lake has the answer. Is it the helpful landlord, or is Mr. Barlow the dad to the one kid who doesn't look like his other 8?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Barlow, you are the father.
Thank you.
A year later, he took his and before we left, my mom told us he didn't want us till he found out he was gonna be getting $900 a month. My grandma Ida, which is she said that he was not hollering about taking y'all to Columbus until he found out money wasn't.
In a shocking family betrayal, identical twin sisters are dragging the man who raised them to court after he suddenly declared he's not their biological father.
Ms. Eggleston, you and your identical twin sister state that the man who raised you recently shocked you when he announced he is not your biological father. You've petitioned the court for a paternity test because you believe finances are motivating your alleged father's claims.
His absolutely wild theory for why he's not the dad? He's convinced their real father is a white man. His only proof is that when they were born, they were glowing and pale.
Statement to the court counters that you know for sure the plaintiff's father is a white man and you are not their biological dad.
When I seen them coming out, they was glowing.
They were glowing?
Yeah. Look how pale they was, and plus the gook on their body, you know, they was shining.
So when they were born, you say they were glowing because they were very pale.
Yeah.
The twins found out about his doubts in the most brutal way. At his own birthday party, they overheard him telling family, "Y'all know these are not my kids."
Okay, well, it all started about a year ago at his birthday, and we overheard him speaking to some of our family members saying, y'all know these not my kids. That's what he was saying. We heard him. Now we was listening, saying to our family members, y'all know they're not my kids. I'm down here raising all these sins, and nobody is helping.
He claims he knew they weren't his from the very start. He says he overheard their mom on the phone with another man, asking for money because I'm pregnant.
Knowing from the start that I knew they wasn't mine. Next thing you know, I'm living in her mama's basement, and not too soon after that, she's on the phone calling some guy out, and I'm telling him to send money. You know, I'm pregnant, and she's looking at me going like this.
The twins reveal a gut-wrenching tragedy. Their mother died right in front of them when they were only 8 years old, leaving him as their only parent.
My mom, she's gone. So even if whatever the DNA test shows, we don't even have her side, you know?
When did you lose your mom?
When we were 8 years old, in front of us. You know what I'm saying? It happened in front of us, but nobody never asked how we were doing. You know, he took us, Columbus, you know, away from our family, away from.
But they fire back with a shocking accusation. He only took them in after their mom died because he found out he'd be getting $900 a month in benefits.
A year later, he took his and before we left, my mom's mom told us he didn't want us till he found out he was gonna be getting $900 a month. My grandma Ida, which is she said that he was hollering about taking y'all to Columbus until he found out money was in.
His other bizarre proof they aren't his? One of the twins had a rare skin condition that he was ridiculously told is only seen in Caucasians.
When we went to a doctor, she got marks on her back, and the doctor questioned, you know.
She had some marks on her back?
Yeah, she come out the doctor, you know, you didn't get the wrong baby? I said, okay, here we go again, you know. I'm not the biological dad, okay.
So the doctor told you?
I had this skin condition on my back we call tinea versicolor, saying that this is what I got and it's only seen in Caucasians.
But wait, a family cousin takes the stand and confirms their mother did have a secret white man in her life who was like her John, or sugar daddy.
But he's talking about a white man that actually, I don't know how to word it, but I want to say he was like her John. He didn't care if she was pregnant. He would have sent her money just because that's what they do. That's what they do. That was his purpose of being there. And she didn't just call once. He sent money often. Before she got pregnant, he was sending money.
His own mother sends in a video message and completely blasts him for his denial. She says after 18 years, I don't want Rodney to tell me ever again that he's not the father.
Rodney
say he's not the father after 18 years? He should have said this from the very beginning when Sophia died. That's what he should have said when the twins were born. He should have said they weren't his, but he didn't. And I don't want Greg to tell me ever again that he's not the father.
And that's true.
The secret journal is revealed. The twins found his private journal where he wrote about his secret, that he always knew they weren't his, but chose to be their dad anyway.
We found a journal of his. He don't know we read it, but we found a journal. And basically, I understand that this is something that he been fighting with himself and it's starting to hit him. So it's like. So then that makes us go, okay, then now we understand why you treated us always. It's something that he hits from.
Stepchildren.
Exactly. You was with.
What did it say specifically?
In the journal, a main part of the journal was about us, labeled it his secret.
Judge Lake has the envelope that will change everything. Will this man be confirmed as the father he always raised them to be, or is the secret white man theory true?
When it comes to whether Mr. Rodney Eggleston is the father of Antonia and Rodnea Eggleston, Mr. Eggleston are their father.
I told you.
I've been doing this for so long by myself. It's like, I'm just fed up.
She didn't have to be alone. She chose to.
Yep,
that was on
because who was there for me?
She chose to. Me.
Okay. Wait. Mr. Payne says you didn't have to be alone. Why did you choose to do this by yourself?
Because I've been independent for so long, for so many years by myself. I was used to it, so it was like.
This young mom, Mrs. Sousis, is dragging her ex, Mr. Payne, to court because she says his meddling mother is the only reason he's denying their 10-month-old baby.
Ms. Sousis, you have dragged the defendant into court today because you say it's his mother's fault he's denying your 10-month-old daughter, Aleliana. You claim when the DNA results prove he is the father, you want the defendant's name added to her birth certificate.
Their relationship is a total toxic mess of jealousy. He thinks she's sneaky and cheating with other guys. She says he's crazy and has whorish ways.
All right, so Ms. Sousis, why has this relationship been on and off for 3 years?
He's just so jealous and insecure about himself. Like, everywhere I go, he think I'm doing something. If I go to the store, I gotta be back in a certain time. Like, he's just crazy.
He honest. She lying. She been out there, Facebook messages.
You guys, they're both jealous.
Of course I'm jealous. You were my boyfriend for like almost 3 years.
His biggest reason for doubting her? They got back together after a messy break, and just 2 weeks later, she dropped the bomb that she was pregnant.
I was happy and shocked at the same time, because I felt like it happened fast, because we had just got back together.
It seemed like right away. It seemed like that's the only reason why I question it, because the first time she was pregnant twice. The first time she got pregnant, I knew without a doubt it was his because she didn't go anywhere. I couldn't get rid of her. This time they kept breaking up. They break up so much, and they were broken up. I think y'all were broken up for about a month or something like that.
But his mom's doubt came from a supermarket snitch. She claims a random lady came up to her in the store and warned her that Ms. Sousis moves around.
There was a time when someone came up to me in the supermarket, and Miss Sousis and Miss Payne, my son knows about this. A lady comes up to me and she goes, yeah, well, you're right to want a DNA test because she moves around. This lady, she knows. I came home and told him, and he told her.
Everybody got something to say about
Right,
it,
but I don't know this lady. You understand? So it's weird for someone to just come up to me out the blue. First of all,
he totally missed the birth of his alleged daughter and then refused to sign the birth certificate. She says it's because he's irresponsible. He says it's because he has doubts.
He was there. He didn't sign birth certificate. Obviously, we're here now. And he was there for like 2 months, and then he just disappeared.
No, I did not. She didn't want to be around me.
We live in the same complex, so it's kind of hard to disappear.
She claims she's been raising the baby all by herself and is totally fed up, but he says she chose to be alone because she pushes him away every time he tries to help.
I've been doing this for so long by myself. It's like, I'm just fed up.
She didn't have to be alone. She chose to. That was on her.
Who was there for me?
Chose to. Me.
Okay.
Mr. Payne says you didn't have to be alone. Why did you choose to do this by yourself?
Because I've been independent for so long, for so many years by myself. I was used to it, so it was like.
The great stroller debate is peak petty. He finally bought her a stroller to help out with the baby, but she refuses to even use it because it's blue.
And what did I do?
You got her diapers.
When you just, and what did I do? When you just asked, what did I do?
What did you do?
What did I do?
What did you do?
You said you needed a stroller. You ain't even the stroller up.
Okay.
Because it's
why am I
blue.
putting my, yes.
Because
All right,
my blue
you should have told me that, and I would have replaced it.
Judge Lake perfectly diagnoses their whole relationship as immature puppy love, saying they fight and argue like little kids pulling pigtails because they secretly like each other.
And a lot of love between the two of you, and it's puppy love. You know, and when I look at them, I think about like, remember when you're like in 3rd grade, Jerome, and the boy that always the meanest to you, that's the one that likes you, you know, and they just, ooh, boy, they just worry your nerves all day. You all have that dynamic. And it's not that you're mean to her, Miss Payne. It's not that. It's just you all have that puppy love.
But his doubt runs deep. He says he saw her at a party with another guy just weeks before they got back together. But she swears she was only talking to other boys.
I seen her at a party with a dude, and that was a couple weeks before we got back together. That's the last thing I could say.
During the breakup, were you having sex during the breakup?
No, we don't talk to each other until we...
Miss Sousis, when you were broken up, did you date anybody else at all? You didn't?
No. Yeah, I've talked to boys, of course. What female doesn't?
You talked to them, but you weren't sleeping with them.
No, I wasn't sleeping with nobody.
The courtroom is on edge. Is this immature, tit-for-tat relationship about to become a lifelong commitment, or is he totally off the hook?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Payne, you are the father.
Thank you.
I also found out, Your Honor, that when she left my house, she went to another man's house.
Sure did.
And the same thing happened the same day.
That was the plan in the first place.
The same day.
Yeah. This wasn't planned. Friend was
Your
going
Honor,
to meet up
her
with his
and the
cousin.
same friend that was at my house was at his house.
Right.
That's how I know it was the same day.
This poor woman is suing her own mother, who she calls the damn devil, because her mom gave her a list of 13 different men who could be her father.
Ms. Madrigal, to court today because you claim she has no idea who your biological father is. You say your mother gave you a list of 13 possible men, and you are hoping to determine who your father is today.
The mom's pathetic defense for her lies, her daughter kept asking every guy she met if he was her dad. So she just started joking that it could be anybody in Seattle.
The 13 that she's named is like 13 ghosts. It's fabricated.
What about pick any man in Seattle?
You made
So
that
where
joke.
does this pick any man in
Hold
Seattle?
Hold on, because she'd ask him, were they her father? Really? Are you serious? So my thing is this: when she'll say, "Oh, is he my dad?" I'll say, "I don't know. Be anybody in Seattle," since she thinks that's what it is. Absolutely.
When you're to a point.
The first man who raised her was proven not to be her dad. The second man she was told was her dad had his own brother secretly take the first DNA test for him.
Ms. Myers was conceived.
Of course, but you got to realize I was 17. So any calculation within that time, I could have been way off and not known. Because by the time I found out, I was 4 months pregnant with her. You see what I'm saying? So there could be a list of whomever. It's the timing. It's in the timing.
Okay, the list that is missing out of my diary.
Really, Monica?
That's missing out of my diary.
Now for potential dad number 3, Mr. McCraney. He says he and her mom had a quick 3-minute thing at a nightclub, and he only found out about her when he saw her at a public fountain.
You do know Ms. Myers' mom, Ms. Madrigal.
Yes, I did. You know, we got together. She came over. She told me she thought I was sexy, whatever, good looking. Okay, we had sex. It was a 3-minute, 3 minutes.
She confirmed it. He swore to tell the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
But he came with receipts. He says on the very same day he was with her mom, she went to another man's house and did the exact same thing.
I also found out, Your Honor, that when she left my house, she went to another man's house.
Sure did.
And the same thing happened the same day.
That was the plan in the first place.
The same day.
Yeah. This wasn't planned.
Same
Keith and
day.
I weren't planned. That's what I'm saying. My friend was
Your
going there
Honor,
to meet up
her
with his
and the
cousin.
same friend
That's
that
how
was
it
at my
happened.
house was at his house. That's how I know it was the same day.
The daughter is disgusted by him, revealing that when she first met him at 13, she told her mom, "You've got to be kidding me. This ugly is my dad?"
Come to find out that one of her kids was his child, but that she was in question at the time and they had to be tested later.
Everyone.
I'll never forget. I told my mom, I said, "Gotta be kidding me. I said, Mom, this ugly is my dad."
Now, wait a minute.
Now for potential dad number 4, Mr. Smith. In a sweet twist, he's actually been a loving father figure to her for years, helping her move and building a real relationship.
How did you come to meet or have a relationship with Ms. Madrigal?
Around the age 19 to 20, we had a brief encounter. And then one day I seen Samantha and she gave me a baby picture, and then I did not see her for quite a long time after that. One day I was coming out of a building. Samantha drove up with Monica in the backseat and said, there's your dad right there.
No.
He desperately hopes he is the dad, but her mom says their encounter was so brief and fast, she savagely nicknamed him DJ Quick.
You couldn't even remember where it happened. That's what's so funny.
That's because it was so brief and you were so,
Yeah, whatever. I was
all over the place, Samantha, and you know it. That's why they were what?
DJ Quick, my friend, you couldn't keep it. That's your problem.
Yeah. With a list of 13 men, 2 who faked tests, and 2 here today, the first DNA results for the support of Mr. Smith are in.
The DNA test results show that Mr. Smith, you are not Monica's father.
With one man already cleared, the final fateful envelope is here. Will she finally find her father, or is he still one of the other 9 mystery men on her mom's list?
It has been determined by this court that you are the father.
There it is.
Time with the moans and groans in the background talking about baby, I love you and so far on.
Wait, the moans and the groans in the background?
Of the sex communication. And he say that was the radio. I know the difference. His phone mistakenly called me. Oh! Nerve being nosy and listen.
She claims her famous entertainer ex, Mr. Glover, only denies their baby when he wants an excuse to go out and be with other women and lie and cheat.
Ms. Williams, you say you are furious that Mr. Glover is denying paternity of your 10-month-old son, Ralph. You claim Mr. Glover is an irresponsible man-child who would rather play mind games than be a father, and you intend to prove paternity today.
But he fires back that she's a promiscuous groupie who tried to trap him just to get a piece of his supposed rap career money.
Glover, you say Ms. Williams is a promiscuous groupie who hatched a complicated plan to trap you into accepting her child in order to cash in on your rap career.
But wait, she freely admits she had a sugar daddy taking care of her, and she didn't even break it off with him when she got with Mr. Glover.
The nature of this relationship we first met, we were friends.
You were friends.
After he discovered that I was something that he wanted, he took me off the market, that I had a whole nother sugar daddy care of me.
Oh.
Why she trying to ride the wave? Look, don't ride
Ride
my
the
wave.
wave and you planning the baby? Mind
no
games
baby.
kicked in. He
All
didn't
right,
come
so
home.
I want to understand this. Did you break it off with your sugar daddy?
No.
Her wild excuse for going back on the market and getting with other guys? Oh, he was just busy consoling his own ex-girlfriend after her dad died.
If I'm living around all in the city, I don't know who baby that is.
He was playing mind games, telling me he's going back cool, but he was making it work with his ex.
The butt dial bombshell is insane. She claims his phone accidentally called her while he was with another woman, and she heard moans and groans in the background.
Time with the moans and groans in the background talking about baby, I love you and so far on.
Wait, the moans and the groans in the background?
Of the sex communication. And he say that was the radio. I know the difference in the radio and the moaning. His phone mistakenly called me.
Oh!
He admits he was never a one-woman man, but she claps back that he wanted to be after he realized what a good woman she was.
And I was when she first met me, Your Honor. She knew I really wasn't no one-woman man. She knew that when she first met me.
You wasn't a one-woman's man when I met you, but you wanted to be a one-woman's man once you found out what type of good woman I was while you took me off the market.
How you was a good woman and you run around with several other different men?
She claims she wasn't hooking up with her sugar daddy, who was giving her a cool $3,900, just talking. He hilariously asks, who wants you like that?
People then, you were back on the market doing what you want to do.
No, that's not correct. I wasn't having sex. I just got full time with my sugar daddy.
No dude don't give you no $3,900 just to be talking to you. Who wants you like that?
You knew he was giving me this $3,900 insecure.
Hold on.
Enter his sister with the receipts. She says after a fight, Ms. Williams called her to pick up some clothes from a hotel, and she saw the sugar daddy's car parked right outside.
This is the hotel of the location that Jaleesa sent me. So I called her once I reached the hotel. She said, well, I'm coming down. So once she came out, I then pulled under the foyer. We had a brisk talk. She was talking. She looked distressed, not stressed, roughhousing. So after she got her clothes off the back seat, I got to this edge, looked to the right. Dun, 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 dun.
Her lame excuse for being at a hotel with her sugar daddy? He was just paying for the room because she left her debit card at home.
I didn't let her in because I wasn't all the way checked in. He was only paying for this hotel because my debit card was left off
You can at pay
the
for
house.
a hotel with a debit card. He doesn't have to be there.
Me and Ralph was in the altercation. I left quick, fast, and in a hurry. I didn't have time to grab my debit card.
Judge Lake has the envelope. Is this famous entertainer the father, or was the sugar daddy paying for a lot more than just her rent?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Glover, you are the father.
So where's my clap on?
Mr. Pouchot, you are what relation to Mr. Pouchot?
He's
the
my
defendant?
husband.
He is your husband?
Yes, ma'am, I have proof of that.
Ms. Anthony is livid, claiming her ex, Mr. Porcio, has done not a damn thing for their baby. He says it's only because she told him the baby wasn't his.
So, Ms. Anthony, what has Mr. Pouchot done for your child?
Not a damn thing, Your Honor.
Her absolutely wild excuse for lying about paternity? She claims he was in a bad place partying, so she thought it was best for my child to say he wasn't the dad.
I did tell him that the child was not his, but Your Honor, he was not in a very good place in his life. He was partying, and I was partying too, but once I found out I was pregnant, I put all those things aside and did what I had to.
But he says she told him her ex-boyfriend was the father and that she was pregnant before they even met. Who is telling the truth in this convoluted mess?
But
Your
she
Honor.
told me that I wasn't the father.
Later on, I
Told
did
me
tell him he
that
wasn't the father.
her ex-boyfriend was the father, that she was pregnant before she met me.
Their relationship was just a party relationship, but after 25 minutes of pleasure, she says, he vanished. and she's been buying every single diaper ever since.
We had mainly a party relationship, to be honest with you. Like, that's what
true.
our relationship consisted of. Neither one of us were ready to be in a relationship nor have a child.
Were you using protection?
No, Your Honor, we were not. And he was there, so that's why I'm mainly upset. You were there for the 25 minutes of pleasure. Well, it's been 9 months, and I bought every diaper.
Plot twist of the century. She didn't just cheat on him. He cheated on her with his now husband. This is a truly messy modern love triangle.
How did this relationship end, Miss Anthony?
He cheated on me with his spouse now. That is how that happened.
Actually,
And he begged me to
I cheated
stay,
on my
and I
spouse
left.
with you.
Surprise witness. Mr. Porcio's husband, Michael, dramatically takes the stand. What bombshells is he about to drop on his husband's ex-lover?
Mr. Pouchot, you are what relation to Mr. Pouchot?
He's
the
my
defendant?
husband.
He is your husband?
Yes, ma'am, I have proof of that.
The husband's damning testimony is a showstopper. He says Ms. Anthony told him to his face, "The baby is not Harold's. This baby belongs to my ex-boyfriend."
I wasn't there, obviously, when they did what they did, but I was told from Miss Anthony herself. My husband had gone away for a couple months. I was holding down things at home. I was holding him down where he was. That is the point where Miss Anthony told me to my face, "The baby is not Harold's. You have nothing to worry about. I am not gonna pursue this. This baby belongs to my ex-boyfriend."
But wait, there was another man at the hospital who actually signed the birth certificate, who Ms. Anthony tried to convince was the father before he bailed.
So he wasn't present for the birth?
No, he was not, and I feel wrong. I stripped him of that, and that was wrong.
The man that was present for the birth signed the birth certificate.
Yes, ma'am.
And he is who I was told was the father.
And
so there was another man at the hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he think Matthew was his child?
No, ma'am. He knew the whole time that he was not the father.
That's not what he was posting on Facebook.
The ultimate chaotic confession. The husband accuses her of having a three-way right after her relationship with Harold ended. She calmly admits, "Yep, you're right, that did happen."
But you cannot take away from the fact that you have openly declared to people that
You're right.
he may not be Harold's child. You have also declared to other people of your sexual trysts before Harold and
Trysts?
after, to include a three-way right after your relationship with my husband.
You're right. Yeah, that did happen.
Boom. In a heartbreaking turn, Mr. Porcio reveals he was raised in over 40 foster homes and doesn't want his son to ever feel the abandonment he did.
I was raised in foster care. I'm not a dirtbag, and I don't want him to see me as one if he is my child. I've been in over 40 different foster homes. I've been in and out of the system. I don't want that for him. He doesn't deserve that. He didn't ask to be brought into this world.
Judge Lake has the envelope that will change everyone's lives. Will Mr. Porcio be proven the dad, or will his husband get the last laugh in this unbelievable saga?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Pouchot, you are the father.
My father has had numerous of women say that their children was his, and this came to find out that it wasn't true. And back when I was 8, he was working at the sub shop with her. I remember him working there because I distinctly remember getting my ears pierced at 8 years old. And I remember him around in the middle of 93, close to 94, leaving the sub shop.
This adult daughter, Kalina, is hauling her own mother into court. She's accusing her of decades of paternity fraud and is desperate to finally know her real dad.
Ms. Bowman, you've dragged your daughter, Kalina, to court to save your relationship. You admit after years of deception and confusion, you now must prove to her that her actual biological father is Mr. James Stewart, who passed away 18 years ago.
In a truly stunning opening, the mother, Angela, casually admits her own daughters are manipulators, just like me, liars, just like me.
It got to where I found out there was somebody else. I decided to break part from him and move to another job. I needed to get away from him. So I started talking to Mr. Watson. Then I found out after being with him for a while that I was pregnant. And I told Mr. Watson that there was a possibility that it wasn't.
The first epic lie is exposed. Mom Angela told Kalina for 16 years that a man named Mr. Watson was her dad, until a real DNA test proved it was all a scam.
And I was confused because all these years you told me that Mr. Watson was my father. And when I read them, it said that Mr. Watson wasn't my father. And I broke down and I was just hurt. Why she lied to me for 16 years. I didn't know what to do, so I stopped talking to her for a month and a half.
How did that lie finally unravel? Mr. Watson's new wife furiously told him, "That's your child, you go get them." So he literally stormed over and took Kalina from her mother's house.
At the time, Kalina had just came over to my house. She had just moved in with me. I happened to go to work one day, and Mr. Watson had recently got married, and his wife
she told him, that's your child, you go get him. So he literally walked up in my house, and yes, he did come in there and take her. I wasn't there.
But how did Mom Angela trick Mr. Watson into believing he was the dad for so long? His own mother takes the stand with the ultimate receipt, a fake DNA letter Angela typed up herself.
She put a letter in my mailbox with a piece of paper saying that James Stewart was not her father. I got a long letter about how my son, Kalina, her feet, his heels, and her. And Kate was born in January. She gave me the letter in February.
This is a letter from February 27th, 1996.
Busted. Under oath, Mom Angela shamelessly admits, yes, ma'am, this letter is just a lie. She completely fabricated DNA results to trap Mr. Watson.
Did you put this letter in Miss Watson's mailbox, Miss Bowman?
Yes, I did.
And the letter,
I
too.
did it because at the time, Mr. Watson, when I got back in a relationship with him, we sat there, we talked and everything. It was all discussed out. It was discussed that Kalina was his daughter.
So you just created this. This letter is just a lie.
Yes, ma'am.
Her pathetic reason for committing this epic fraud? She was in love with Mr. Watson and wanted him to believe Kalina was his so that you could hold on to him.
I did it because I was actually in love with Mr. Watson. And it was, I wanted a child, this is my child. And I lost contact with Mr. Stewart, so I left it alone.
The truth is, you wanted to be with Mr. Watson.
Yeah.
You loved him. So you wanted him to think that Kalina was his child so that you could hold on to him.
Yes.
The late Mr. Stewart's son is in court to defend his dad's name. He says his dad quit his job with Angela a full year before Kalina was even conceived.
My father has had numerous of women say that their children was his, and just came to find out that it wasn't true. Back when I was 8, he was working at the sub shop with her. I remember him working there because I distinctly remember getting my ears pierced at 8 years old.
And that was in 1993.
93. And I remember him around in the middle of 93, close to 94, leaving the sub shop.
The courtroom is on edge. Is Kalina about to find her father's family? Or will she be left fatherless yet again by her mother's endless, cruel deceptions?
It has been determined by this court that James Stewart and Kalina Bowman are related. We wanted to help you understand whether knock-knees are truly hereditary, if this could be any indication as to whether or not Mr. Irvin is or is not Joaquim's biological father. So we are calling on a medical expert. Jerome, can you please escort Dr. Eddie Richardson into the courtroom?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Funzie is furious her boyfriend of 7 years, Mr. Irvin, is denying their planned third baby. She's blaming his meddling sister for all the drama.
Ms. Funzie, you have opened your case to save your family. You are here to prove your 1-month-old baby, Joaquim Irvin, is your boyfriend, Mr. Irvin's biological son. You say you and Mr. Irvin have 2 other children, and you plan to have this third child. You blame his sister for stirring up his ridiculous doubt.
How did this all start? In a 4 a.m. fit of rage and insomnia, he snooped through her phone and discovered she'd spent the night with another guy.
How did you find out she cheated?
One day I couldn't sleep, so here it is, 4 in the morning. I seen her sleeping and her phone was right beside her. Some told me to just go through her phone. So I found out that she spent the night at her friend's house with this other guy.
She admits to a one-time revenge hookup because he cheated first. She swears up and down she used protection, but is she telling the whole truth?
You said you cheated. How did you end up cheating?
I cheated the night of my friend's dinner because I had wanted to get revenge for him cheating on me. And then once I talked to the guy and I hooked up with him the night of my friend's dinner, and we had used protection, and I had sex with him one time.
His doubt explodes after seeing the ultrasound paperwork. He and his sister claim Ms. Funzie scribbled over the conception date to hide how many weeks she really was.
When we went to the mobile ultrasound, I wanted to see how many weeks she was, and when she came out with the paper, I couldn't understand the number of how many weeks she was. Saw the lady hand me the paper off the bus. You parked right out, saw her hand me the paper. I didn't know if she was pregnant by me or someone else, so I just let it go. It was simple. I didn't write nothing. That's not my handwriting. The lady's signature on there.
Her bizarre scientific proof that he's the dad, she hysterically claims baby Joaquim has knock knees, just like Mr. Irvin and their other 2 kids.
Do you have any doubt?
No, I don't have any doubt because they look alike. They all have knock knees just like Jordan.
You even submitted evidence to the court, right, about the knock knees. You feel like they got the same? All the other kids, they say they all got the same knees and the same body shape, and you say Joaquim got the same thing.
Yes, Your Honor.
A real medical expert is brought into the courtroom and completely destroys her knock-knee theory, confirming it's just a normal part of child development.
Yes, knock knees, it is when the knees point in toward each other, and more technically, when someone stands straight up and there's about a 3-inch gap between their ankles and they can't put their legs together, but the knees are together. Kids go through this as they're born. They actually can have bow leg and then go into knock knees, and then they straighten up by the time they're 6 to 8 years old.
The bombshell letter. The court reads a shocking statement from the other man, who says they had relations 3 to 4 times with no condom in Irvin's own car.
We eventually got each other's phone numbers and started texting. She told me about the things that was going on between her and Jordan. We had sex in Jordan's car. And did use protection.
Fake page. Jordan. Why is you lying to me? Jordan, I'm not lying to you. If this not my baby, I'm through with this relationship. That's fine. Is that on it?
Caught in a web of lies. After swearing it was just a one-night stand, Ms. Funzie is forced to admit on the stand that it was actually more than one time.
Ms. Funzie, is there something that you just need to tell the court and be honest about?
It's gonna tell the truth.
So was it just a one-night stand?
No.
Or did you have sex with this other man more than one time?
Yes, Your Honor.
It was more than one time, or it was a one-night stand?
It was more than one time. You go get it. You lied.
Mr. Irvin's sister has a complete breakdown in court, sobbing at Ms. Funzie. Just be honest. Hey, I messed up. That's it.
I saw you, Miss Irvin, you started to cry. What made you so upset?
Because they've been together for so long. Just be honest. Hey, I messed up. That's it. It's up to Jordan to accept it, whether it's his child or not. Your name on the birth certificate, why not? I ain't gonna question her motherhood. She a good mother to her children.
Judge Lake delivers an epic lecture on intimate revenge, telling Ms. Funzie, we women, we lose that game because we end up pregnant.
Miss Funzie, we lose that game. We lose that. I don't understand when women are gonna ever get this. We need a Facebook post about this. Tit for tat, sexual revenge. We don't win that game. And we do this tit for tat thing and we lose because we end up pregnant.
Judge Lake has the envelope that will settle this cheating chaos. Is Mr. Irvin the father, or will his 4 a.m. phone snooping be spectacularly vindicated?
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Winfield.
I know what I told you. I knew it wasn't his baby.
Hold on.
Went to the hospital.
I am ready to hear from Mr. Santavius Knight myself. Jerome, please escort him into the courtroom.
Hold on.
Mr. Jordan claims Ms. Heim totally tricked him into signing the birth certificate, even brazenly lying that the other potential dad already took a DNA test that came back negative.
Mr. Jordan, you claim the defendant tricked you into signing her daughter's birth certificate and being a daddy. But 2 years later, you were told that another man is her biological father. You opened your case because you want DNA proof you are not the father so you can get your name removed from the birth certificate.
Ms. Heim casually admits she slept with another man, one time, right when the baby could have been made, but then ridiculously insists she magically just knows Mr. Jordan is the father.
He's a great father, and I only had sex with one man when we were together. I had sex with him one time, but we've been messing around for 7 years, and I never became pregnant. I met Chris, and all of a sudden I became pregnant. But I know that Chris is the father.
But how if you had sex with the other guy?
He's the
The truth bomb finally dropped when a family member, in the middle of a screaming match, viciously blurted out to Mr. Jordan, "Why you ain't told Chris that he's not Caitlin's dad?"
This is where it goes wrong. Her and the family member gets into like an altercation or whatnot, like an argument. It wasn't even an altercation, an argument. And it was like they started like throwing dirt on each other, you know what I mean? So she said something about this family member's in front of this family member's boyfriend or whatever. So so the family member turned around and was like, well, why you ain't told Chris that he's not Caitlin's dad?
Then came the damning proof. Shocking photos of the other guy, Santavius Knight, cuddling baby Caitlin, topped off with his bold social media post, "Me and my baby Kate."
You can say whatever, but as she was saying it, she pulls out the phone and she started showing me I could pull it up. I ain't gotta lie. It's what the family member tells me. And I'm like, that of the other guy and my daughter, you know what I'm saying, like having moments together or.
So this is another one posted up,
It's
and this
me
is
and my
from
baby
Santavius Knight, and it reads, "Me and my baby Kate."
Ms. Heim's pathetic excuse for Caitlin being on the other man's lap? Messy family members during weekend drop-offs, before she reluctantly admits she took her there that one time.
So what was Caitlin doing on his lap?
My family members are messy, so when I drop her off on the weekend, I don't know what they do.
Your Honor, I object. My thing is, what your family members got to do with my daughter on another man's lap?
Did you take her over there?
That time I did on that couch.
Surprise. The other potential dad, Mr. Knight, confidently struts into the courtroom, ready to declare to everyone that he believes little Caitlin is his baby.
I am ready to hear from Mr. Santavius Knight myself. Jerome, please escort him into the courtroom.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished.
Mr. Knight then unleashes another bombshell. Ms. Heim allegedly told him, "It's not Chris, you touch me, and I get pregnant," and even promised to fix the birth certificate later.
She told me when she got pregnant, she like, "I'm pregnant." I'm like, "What you telling me for?" She like, "Well, it's not Chris, because me and Chris been together a year and a half, and we ain't got pregnant. Soon you touch me, I get pregnant."
No, he's lying.
She told me that it was my baby. She said, "I'm pregnant." I said, "What you telling me for?" She said, "Cause it's young. Telling me I love you when you get home. I let somebody else sign a birth certificate. I'm gonna fix it when you get home. Did it and third." I'm like, "Okay, say no more."
Busted again. Both Mr. Jordan and Mr. Knight reveal Ms. Heim tried to get them each to come over to her house just a month ago, cause her new dude tripping.
Through your family members?
That's a lie. She just tried to get me to come over a month ago. They tried to get me over to come smash that a month ago.
You said she just tried to get you to come over a month ago?
To her house.
Told me that
Yes,
same
Mr.
thing too, Your Honor.
How I know
A
where you
month ago.
stayed.
What did she say?
Hey, I need somebody to come over here and stay with me because you know my new dude tripping and yada, yada, yada.
Exactly.
Now, for real.
After Judge Lake furiously calls out her constant smirking and pathological lies, Ms. Heim finally cracks, tearfully admitting she didn't grow up with her own dad.
Did you grow up with your dad? You just fine. I wasn't gonna let you stand up here and have a smirk on your face like this was a game. Because you're the mother of a beautiful little girl, and you know she deserves more, and now why you know she deserves more is because you also deserve more and you didn't get it.
Judge Lake has the fateful envelope. Is Caitlin's father Mr. Jordan, the man who lovingly raised her, or Mr. Knight, the other lover she kept on the side?
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Jordan.
I can tell you how big his winker is. It's pretty small.
No, it's not. I could tell you plenty of times.
It's about
I've
that
known
big.
him for 7 years.
It's
No,
about that
definitely
big.
not. Definitely not. And don't you dare tell him about his penis.
Mr. Webb's truly wild defense is one for the ages. He swears he's not the father of baby Majestic because he never had intimacy with her, Your Honor.
Mr. Webb, how can you be so certain you are not this child's biological father?
I never had sex with her, Your Honor.
Well, that would rule you out.
She fires back that he's a liar, claiming he stayed with her for 2 months and they definitely hooked up after a long night of partying.
I know for a fact the dates line up, and I know he stayed with me for 2 months, and he slept in my bed with me for one night, and we had sex. April 11th.
His version of events? He only stayed for a week, slept on the couch, and says the most intimate they ever got was taking a forced bathroom selfie together.
You were never intimate with her in any way.
I never stayed in her bedroom. I stayed out on the couch.
That's a lie.
And on top of that, I was only there for a week and a week and a half.
He ain't like that.
Your
You'll
Honor,
see.
the worst that we've ever done is take a picture, and she was already in the bathroom. She had called me in there. When I walked in the bathroom, she said cheese and took a picture before I could even say anything.
But wait, the girlfriend Aubriana takes the stand and says Ms. Cole actually called her to brag that she was sleeping with him. Who is lying in this mess?
I've known him for 7 years, and he is not like that at all. And you
Yeah,
called
he
me,
was.
and you called me with his friend telling me that he was there 3 weeks and you guys were having sex and blah, blah, blah. At first, I did believe that.
Then comes the ultimate bombshell. Ms. Cole finally admits there is another possible father in the picture. So her 100% certain claim was a total lie.
I've been trying to figure out
There's
the
one
last
reason
year.
why I'm here.
Her
To
dad
know
is.
for sure he's the dad, because I did have another partner. It was a month.
The girlfriend gets absolutely savage, declaring that baby is white. He is dark. Ms. Cole weakly defends that she's part Puerto Rican, but is this a clue?
Look, she looks just like him.
That baby's white. He is dark.
I'm sorry, but I'm Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Ms. Cole's story completely unravels. She was for certain that the other guy was the dad, until her due date mysteriously changed by a whole month.
I was for certain that the other guy was the dad until my due date got changed a month ahead, which would make him the dad. It went from February 22nd to January 28th.
His girlfriend absolutely loses it, jumping to her man's defense and screaming, "No, it's not, definitely not," defending his honor and his size to the entire courtroom.
I can tell you how big his winker is. It's pretty small.
No, it's not. I could tell you plenty of times.
It's about
I've
that
known
big.
him for 7 years.
It's
No,
about that
definitely
big.
not. Definitely not. And don't you dare tell him about his penis.
I'll
Judge Lake has the envelope. Will Mr. Webb's "we never did it" defense hold up, or is he about to be confirmed as the father with the allegedly small winker?
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Webb, you are not her father.
Yeah, you're crazy. You need to go to a mental hospital.
Now give me the dates now.
Josiah's birthday is August 18th of 2015. Me and my ex stopped dating a week before Thanksgiving of 2015, which was the 23rd through the 29th.
You with Mr. Cherry?
Yes.
And then you were with the ex
the week before Thanksgiving.
So that's the 16th through the 22nd. Well, that's too close for comfort.
This toxic 9-year relationship has finally imploded. He denies their third child, Josiah, claiming their entire history is built on straight lies.
Ms. Walton, you say your 9-year relationship, your high school love is in jeopardy because he denies fathering your 1-year-old son, Josiah. Cherry, you really have doubt.
Yes, I do. I do have doubts because throughout our relationship, it's been just straight lies, you know. So I just want to be here to let her know that everything that's been going on in our relationship is just lies.
Their relationship philosophy is a complete disaster. She proudly declares, "He cheated, I cheated. If he lied, I lied. Do unto others as you want unto you."
So you said you did what you wanted to do and she did what she wanted to do. Does that mean you all were dating other people and seeing other people?
If he cheated, I cheated. If he lied, I lied. Do unto others as you want done to you.
It was pretty much fighting fire with fire.
So you all were in a tit for tat.
Yes.
He cheated first.
The conception timeline is an absolute mess. She admits she broke up with her other ex just 1 week before her romantic Thanksgiving Day hookup with Mr. Cherry.
2013, I had met my ex, and we were together up until the week before Thanksgiving of 2014. I didn't get conceived with Josiah until the week of Thanksgiving. We ended up having sex. That's when my son was conceived. But when my son was conceived, I had stopped messing with my ex a week before. So ain't no possibility that that is
her truly wild defense for the overlap. She claims she used protection with the ex, but not with Mr. Cherry, because if she uses one with him, then she's questioning him.
Were you and your ex using protection, Miss Walton?
Yes. Now, with Mr. Cherry, I don't use protection. I don't think I need to. If I do, I'm questioning him. But for my ex, I did use protection, so it's no possibility that Josiah is his son.
The calendar of chaos proves the conception window for Josiah overlaps with both men. Judge Lake declares the timeline is just too close for comfort.
Josiah's birthday is August 18th of 2015. Me and my ex stopped dating a week before Thanksgiving of 2015, which was the 23rd through the 29th.
You with Mr. Cherry?
Yes.
And then you were with the ex
the week before Thanksgiving.
So that's the 16th through the 22nd. Well, that's too close for comfort.
His bombshell evidence is insane. He snooped on her friend's Facebook and found frantic messages from 2 a.m. of her friend telling the other guy, "Come get me," from his place.
The late night pickups. I'm at home with the kids. This is what I get. She's coming home, and these are the messages that I have. It's 1:55 in the morning. When I come home, she's supposed to be there, but she's not. But I'm at the house with the kids. This is from her friend's Facebook account.
And then it said 1:55 a.m. come get me. 1:57, where you at? 1:59, come pick me up.
From his place.
From his place.
Yes.
She shamelessly admits it was her at another man's house at 2 a.m. Her pathetic excuse? Why should I be faithful to somebody that's not faithful to me?
Miss Walton, where is his place?
Probably at his house. And at that time, he was cheating too. So why should I be faithful to somebody that's not faithful neither, Jan?
Despite his intense, swirling doubts, he was there for the birth, cut the umbilical cord, and even signed the birth certificate because he felt it was his responsibility.
If it wasn't his son, why sign the birth certificate? Why be there? Why cut the umbilical cord? Why leave my son on to that being your son and then...
So wait, he cut the umbilical cord?
Yes,
I cut the umbilical cord. I was there at the hospital. I was there through all the pregnancies.
I was through there through OBGYN, all that.
I was there. Throughout the whole 9, I was there.
Her final, absolutely shocking threat before the results are even read: "When he starts cheating, I'll probably call him the ex back." This toxic cycle will never end.
Are you still in touch with the ex, Miss Walton?
No, he's out of sight, out of mind, Yana.
What does that mean?
When he starts cheating, I'll probably call him back.
I mean...
Judge Lake has the envelope that will settle this high school sweetheart disaster. Is Mr. Cherry the father, or was Ms. Walton's revenge more successful than she thought?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Cherry, you are the father.